Have you ever heard of a slaughter?
I ought to start dipping.
Sipping on that ST gets me to tripping. I don't slips, I bangs with that bad-ass dog pound gang. It's a DPG thing, corrupt from the SC. You wanna test me, let's see if you'll survive 45 times. It's like a hollow point headed for your dome. Take a couple steps, turn around, and it's on. Couldn't withstand the murderous mental. I subdue and then take 3 to your temple.
When I cause Holocaust from what's written, niggas collapsing when the straps is spitting.
Look, this is how it's done.
1, 2, 3.
Step has just begun. Whatever.
Load the clip, brush the
Shit, y'all know D-Yak and Crook up in this motherfucker. You ain't seen it, my damn tune. The tune you ain't seen.
Well, no. We got to kick it off with Murder Was the Case. The song.
Boom,
The actual song. Snoop Dogg, produced by Dr. Dre. As I look up in the sky,
my mind starts tripping. A tear drops my eye. My body temperature falls. His style.
Yeah.
Dog came in with a sick style, man. That was silky, slim, you know, storytelling. We know who all his influences was, you know. Shout out to Slick Rick, Biz Marquis, all them, you know, who he redid their jams and joints and all that. But Dog, you can't tell me Dog ain't hip-hop. Dog told, because now it's a conversation about what's hip-hop and what's rap.
Right.
You know, and they try to sit us in the rap compartment over here for some reason. And we are...
Well, that's impossible.
We cover so many elements of hip hop out here. It's just, I guess it's just our authenticity that we demand from our artists as far as what they represent and how they represent it out here, whether they're affiliated or not. You got to stand on who you are out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I think the way that we depict our lifestyle and our activities, and they're normal to us because it goes down, you know, every Sunday as it used to on Crenshaw, you know, or whatever hood you might be from in whatever Southern California state. Shout out to the Bay. You know, they got their thing going on up there, you know, with the pimping and the macking and the, you know, the hustling up there. But, you know, we really about that life that we espouse down here. And I think that disturbs a lot of the purists, let's call them, because, you know, they imagine that, you know, oh, you guys not talking about, you know, the pentameter of bars and, you know, of how you flex, you know, your understanding, you know, in soliloquy and all. It's like, man, we ain't tripping out that shit. We entertaining out here. We talking to each other out here. We talking about what we experience, what we live, what we understand out here. And it just so happens that it not only influences everything around here, it has branched all the way out to New York and all states in between. And across the globe, we're more emulated as far as our lifestyle and our perspective, you know, on the way we approach life. So that's just our hip hop, you know, to sum it all up in a nutshell. This is our hip hop.
Absolutely.
And we do it well. You know, a lot of us do it well.
I think the purists that speak on it like that don't know what the fuck they talking about. I would love to get in a room with any one of them that feel like they could tell me that gangster rap ain't hip-hop. I would love to break them down to their last compound, because everything you just explained, that's exactly what Cool G Rap was doing. That's exactly what KRS-One was doing.
Back to school ED.
Back to school ED, you know what I'm saying? Like, they was rapping about what you doing in your life. And I feel like the most hip hop thing you could do is be true to yourself. So if you grew up in the suburbs and you rapping about the suburbs, to me, that's hip hop. Because you're being authentic to yourself. You're not trying to be somebody else.
Period.
You feel me?
Yes.
And when it comes to Murder Was the Case, it's one of the greatest storytelling rap songs in history.
It is.
And a lot of people don't ever bring that up. Because, you know, we know the usual suspects. We know Nas, I Gave You Power. We know Slick Rick, Children's Story. We know Scarface, Never Seen a Man Cry. But you got to put this song up there on that same level because every good story has act 1, act 2, act 3. That's just for movies, TV series, that's for whatever. Act 1, act 2, act 3. Act 1, Snoop Dogg dies. He dies in the song. He's on the ground. He's having a conversation with the devil. The devil say, I can resurrect you and give you riches beyond your wildest dreams, but you got to roll with me. Act 2, he starts rolling with the devil. He's doing all the things in the streets. He's getting all the money he want to get. He's balling out of control. But in Act 2, the devil say, when you start set tripping, your ass is mine.
Indeed.
Feel me?
Indeed.
So how do you set trip? You say a prayer to God. He said a prayer. Now lay me down to sleep. My praise to God, my soul to keep. If I should wait. You know what I'm saying? So he said that prayer, and the devil like, oh, you praying to the op now. Now, no more endo, gin, and juice. I'm taking everything from you.
Rolling on the gray goose.
I'm taking everything
Shackled
from
head to toe.
Head to toe.
Yeah.
That was a cold story, how it unfolded. And forget about the production. That was bananas. So,
man.
You know, when you made that point, when I thought about how that synthesizer came back in, when he did the prayer, I almost wanted to interrupt where you was going and be like, did you hear that sinister? And let me tell you, I performed that song with Dogg. You know, I done been next to Dogg so long. I done been his homeboy, his hype man, his road dog, his group member, everything. So been super fly and been on stage with him all across Europe and, you know, Japan and everywhere else. So, man, I saw or seen, whatever the fuck it is, motherfuckers up there quoting his shit like we talked about before when we did the 30th anniversary of Doggy Style. And when you come off stage, you expecting to engage them in some kind of conversation because they coming backstage and getting autographs, and they don't speak a lick of English, but they know every word to the song. I mean, and I done seen people like all emotional when he been performing that song. No, that's
that universal love right there.
That song was hard.
Yeah,
song was
man,
hard.
that's that impact. When you had that impact.
Yeah, they didn't. They chased the bus in Amsterdam.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not easy. How quickly can one of us learn a foreign song, lyric for lyric?
What?
If we don't speak that language, we learn the whole, because I love Una Palabra. That's my shit. Una Palabra. That shit that was on the motherfucking Denzel movie.
Nah, you are right about that. You are right. Now, when I was younger, my grandmother used to play this song called Querida.
Yeah.
And I knew all the words. I was young. I didn't know, but she played it all the time. And I just I actually found it on YouTube, so you can hear it. But I was like,
was it real easy for you to learn?
Because she played it all the time and she was singing it, so it didn't seem like it was in another language to me.
Nice.
Yeah, because she was young, informative.
Yeah, because I'm young.
She was young, informative, so she wasn't even tripping up.
I didn't even, it didn't dawn on me, and I'm learning the words.
Me, I think Cinco de Mayo, that's as far as I can get in the foreign language on the song.
You know.
That's it. Or this is for the Rasta.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
Come on,
Kid,
man.
shout out to
That's
Kid
different.
Frost. That's my guy.
Different,
You know what I mean?
man. That was so gangster.
Lyrics
We're gonna have to
beyond
break that
that,
one down.
lyrics
We're gonna have to break down
beyond
Kid
that, I
Frost.
can't. Nah.
We're gonna have to break down that
I
Kid
just know
Frost
the
one day,
bad
but
words.
But over there, yeah, that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You are wrong.
All California black people know how to cuss you out in some sort of Spanish.
Yeah, true.
Oh, don't even get it.
When you
Yeah,
come in there, you
yeah.
gonna find
I
out.
can
in the
I can
same,
rattle off
man.
some phrases right now. They'd be
What?
like, "Damn, D." Yeah,
real.
but yeah,
Yeah,
really.
what?
But that's the step that amazing music takes you to. Mm-hmm. It takes you to a step where you're willing to learn a song that's not
most
even in
definitely.
your native tongue.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
And the impact on that shit around the globe was just ridiculous. And being able to experience that and see it firsthand
It's crazy.
was amazing. You know what I mean? And it's like, you know, his reach. I mean, he's an icon to this day just based on, you know, the impact that he has on his fan base.
And I gotta say one more thing about that song, because I think we did say this on the 30th anniversary of Doggy Style. But now that we got the cameras rolling in this motherfucker,
Like a motherfucker.
you know what I'm saying? That's one of the most memorable lines in hip hop history. Dear God, I wonder, can you save me?
Yeah.
Even Jay had to sample that on Reasonable Doubt.
Yes, he
you
did.
know what I'm saying?
Yes, he did.
Because that was just a. That line is one of the most. So anyway, next time that y'all on Twitter, you know, on X, you feel me, on Elon's X, and y'all hitting me up and we talking about hip hop, and y'all saying who the greatest storytellers are, and I say, don't forget to put Snoop Dogg in that category. Don't give me no motherfucking flack. I don't want to hear no motherfucking feedback. We just broke it down. Murder was the case. Go listen to it. And then you can, you know what I'm saying, come into the
Draw your own
timeline.
conclusion. You draw your own
Leave 'em in the
conclusion if you're
comments.
unbiased.
You know, we'll revisit the conversation if we feel,
If
you know
necessary,
what I'm
yeah, if
saying?
it's required, if it
Definitely.
get that much engagement, yeah. Oh, matter
Now
of
we got
fact,
to blow.
hold on. Let me say this real quick because somebody reminded me to say this. And, you know, we ain't really petitioners and solicitors and all that, but, you know, y'all see what we doing here, and it's all love, it's all positive, it's all forward for the culture. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe, because that way we know y'all really rocking with us, and we going to just dig deeper in the crates and make sure we get y'all the best of the best. So.
D.
You
on top of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because guess what? That's some important shit.
Most definitely. We gotta stick to the business. Yeah,
Big
we gotta
facts.
stick to the
Oh, my
business.
goodness.
Standing
Big
on
facts.
business. What you was gonna say though?
No. I was just gonna say, not standing on real big business was that damn Natural Born Killers with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre finally coming back together. Oh my gosh! Now, did y'all hear the lyrics coming from Ice Cube and Dr. Dre on that thing? Like
Absolutely.
seriously,
Spittery.
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 It was like Cube was like, oh.
It's so many
you wanna
cold
get out?
lines over there on that joint.
Cold.
Murder illustrates my era. Now I can't hang around my mama cause I scare her. I mean,
the
let me
blast
say why that's so
motherfuckers.
deep of a line.
It feels
Because
like I'm
when you
busting in
transform from a kid to a young boy to a teenager in the hood, and you really about it, and you really pushing that line, man, I know a few mamas didn't view their sons as monsters. So that's why it was so impactful to me, because I grew up around a lot of these people that probably scared their mama with how ruthless and raw that they were. So for him to say that, it was like you talking to everybody who move like I do. So it resonated ridiculously in my mind, you know, and that was just one of the lines.
I think he was paying homage too in that line. I think he was paying homage to Ice-T. Shout out Ice-T.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely shout out to Ice-T. That's my brother Tracy, my other Tracy.
You feel me?
Yeah, that's my alter ego Tracy, right? I get cool and smooth when I get my Ice-T on.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The Godfather. All right. Yeah, definitely
But
the Godfather.
because he said it's an old Ice-T record where he say can't hang around my mama because she say I scare her.
Oh.
Yeah, I gotta go back and look at that and go find out exactly what record that is. But when I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of when I first listened to Murder Was the Case, and I always remembered that. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard that song, Natural Born Killers, I was like, wait a minute. I know T said something like that before, you know what I mean? So I thought he was possibly paying homage because I know that Ice Cube said that Ice-T was, a big inspiration on him.
Oh, yeah.
You know
the Ice.
saying?
The fact that they had came back together after all that 100 miles and running and no Vaseline and all that, the fact that they got back together to ignite that soundtrack like that, and the video of them sitting in the chairs and all that, man.
Yeah, that video.
Where did that send you
ridiculous.
to? Yeah, where did that send you to? When you saw them back together and spitting like that. I mean, they were saying some. I mean, the outro line. The outro line was so ridiculous.
This was like a height in the West Coast, really making an impact musically. When Murder Was the Case dropped, because you had Snoop, you had Dr. Dre doing his thing, you know what I'm saying? And then when they got back together, it was almost like a Uzi going off. It was like there was no breaks. It's like, okay, boom, we got Dre, then we got Westside Connection, then we got you know what I'm saying? It was just coming and coming and coming. Right then, it was at the height of that. So it was extremely exciting to hear that. The video, my gosh, it was whoever wrote and directed that video.
Yeah, that'd be something. That'd be something.
Was that Gary Gray or who was that?
I don't know, but
it could have been because they play up on levels like that. They'll get F. Gary Gray to shoot a music video.
That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous.
Shout out to F. Gary Gray. Yeah.
And lyrically, I think that Cube and Dre were top tier on that song. They no disappointment in not one line.
Not one line. Not one line.
All
the way to the outro.
Yeah. Yeah, all the way to the outro. It was just like
it
was like what we needed. You know what I mean? We needed that. We needed to see that unity again with them, because it's like you guys are, y'all some of the founders for the West.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, we need to see y'all. Like, that's too much talent to like not do. And
we respected the beef and all that, but
they OD'd us with it. They gave it to us on a platter. So I was really feeling that one. That was a big one on there. In my opinion,
I think that was really good, man. Like you said, they did need. I didn't really look at it like that, but now that you just said it, you were absolutely correct. We actually, as a coast, needed them to on them records together, man.
We did.
You know?
No, seriously, we did at that time that they did it.
Yeah, that really illustrated some things, you know what I mean? It's layers to the reasons why we needed them back on there, but like man, what you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say I did not know that Dr. Dre and Sam Snead produced that song.
Damn. See, because to me,
Sam Snead was the whole thing.
Did not know that.
So
see.
So to me, it felt like they were scoring a hood horror movie, but it had to bang. It had to be scary. It had to bang. It had, you know what I'm saying? And whatever they did, Dr. Dre and Sam Snead, whatever y'all did on there, y'all went crazy.
They went nuts.
You know what I'm saying? And the lines is crazy. I like when Dre said, it's like a deadly game of freeze tag. I touch you with the 44 mag and
he frozen to a body bag. That's sick. That's some shit you would say. That's why you like it. That's some shit you would say. That's good. That's crooked eyes.
Hey,
you know
what I
mean?
He's stiff as fuck and his pupils won't dilate.
Yeah, I was like, man.
I'm like, okay, he's dead. Yes.
And then Cube
Q was just
To me,
manipulating
Q
shit.
always was very good at taking situations that became newsworthy.
You must finna hit my line. You must finna hit
He
my
did
line.
2 of them, but go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm with you. I'm a passenger right now. I love it. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I'll do the one, and then you can do the
two?
other. I don't even know what it is.
Your one might be my one.
No, I think I know what your one is.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to do this one instead.
Cool.
The OJ.
Yeah.
When he said, I'm down with Dre like AC is down with OJ.
You seen
You
the
see what I'm
Bronco
saying?
crawling up the freeway.
Yeah.
You see the Bronco.
Yeah.
And the thing is like, Cube was always dope at saying things that other rappers in the industry might be scared to touch
with fear
on.
saying,
You feel me?
you took the point right from me. I love it.
Now fuck Charlie Manson.
That's it. That's the next line.
the next
Out
one.
a truck hit him with a brick and I'm dancing.
Say that with force. Say it how I see it. Now fuck Charlie Manson. I snatched him out his truck, hit him with a brick, and I'm dancing. Boy, you see, that was one of the biggest news clips from the LA riots, from the 92 riots. And he ended his verse with that. He ended the song with that.
Okay, so we gotta let the viewers know, if you guys are too young or you don't know what's going on here, we talking about the LA riots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rodney King,
LAPD, and whenever you see that clip going over the riots where the truck pulls up to the light and this guy named Reginald Denny gets snatched out of it.
Yeah.
That was by your hood.
And hit with a brick.
No, that
you know
was.
What I'm saying? And
bye.
Yeah. That was the other way. Yeah.
When he get hit with that brick,
he get hit with that brick and dudes start walking and dancing. That right there was a terrifying moment for some people in America.
For most people in America.
You know what I'm saying? So for him to end it off like that, it's like, this is what the job description is. I need to scare the draws off y'all right now.
You know what it was comparable to?
With real talk.
Let me tell you what it was comparable to. It was comparable to when who was that? Jason, when the movie went off and the boat was just gliding in the lake and that chick was in the boat just chilling and you thought she got away.
And then he
come up out that water. That's what that line.
We're gonna put some respect on Voorhees' name.
That's what that line was like. Like, no, y'all ain't got away.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
True. It was.
Yeah, no,
but
man,
you know what's crazy briefly about that. I just want to touch on that because that's a whole long topic of because that was around the time when the riots was going on.
True.
And
that was
I don't
the
know
result of the riots.
Exactly. So at that time, what I can say, one of the positive things that came out of that was the unity and love that was going on in every neighborhood.
Among the gangsters in Southern California.
And mind you, the police was like, our job here is done. They are tripping. We won't be around.
Yeah.
Y'all on your own.
Yeah, the gangsters and the black people,
But when I tell you how black and brown and we was all chilling and everybody, I mean, you seen people driving by, they got stuff on they. I mean, not saying it was cool.
I missed that shit sitting in the penitentiary. I missed that shit.
What I did love was seeing both cultures, us and the Hispanics, us and, it was, the love was tight, and then Bloods and Crips kicking it. Mm-hmm. That probably was one of the biggest things too. Because
shout out to everybody who orchestrated that, from Watts
it was an amazing. You could go
South
anywhere.
Central.
You could go to Compton. You could go to Watts. You could go to Middle South Central. I mean, people was barbecuing. They was asking if you was hungry. They didn't even know you. I've never seen anything like that before in my life, and I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of beautiful. But I just wanted to touch on that because it was a beautiful situation, and I just wanted to say, and the police weren't really out there like that, but we were good. Let me tell you how we had each other. Okay, we was good.
Right.
That's all
I went up to Jesse Owens Park, and they had a gathering up there, and it was It was amazing.
It was
blue rags tied to red
dancing.
rags.
Oh
You know
man,
it was food. It was kids.
We rolled up in Compton, pulled up on some people. Y'all
crazy.
hungry? It's food over there. I'm like, oh, I'm loving this.
April
Can we keep
29th.
this going? Like it was beautiful.
I'm sitting in there watching TV like, y'all burn some more shit up. Yeah. Stomp some more motherfuckers. Fuck it. They might let me up out of here. They might need some room in this motherfucker.
They said burn some more motherfuckers.
Oh, and then they hit the surplus and got all them guns.
Bro.
I said,
that was a lot going on. That was a lot going on.
Oh,
They
man.
was on top of the swap meets.
They was.
Niggas was on the top of the roof of the swap. Yo, look.
But the unity was beautiful.
It was.
Let's
It was.
Yeah, the unity.
The unity was beautiful.
And that's a trip. We came to that from Natural Born Killers. Ain't that
We
something?
did, because he mentioned that. But
Yeah.
you're right.
He
That turned
did.
into something
He did.
positive.
He did.
Now,
Ain't no unity.
what would you do? Because we ain't
What would I do about what?
What would you do
What
if
would
you
do?
get caught with your
Okay.
pants down?
Boom, boom,
Come on.
boom, boom,
Wait.
boom, boom. I think that's Daz and Superfly on the production.
No, that's that nigga Daz.
Oh, okay.
That's it. That's that nigga Daz on the production. And
okay.
You don't think
what would you?
Superfly?
It don't say Superfly.
Super, you gonna have to holler at us, man.
Yeah. Well, you know,
It don't say Superfly.
props to the homie Superfly anyway, but
Yeah,
dope
Superfly's a
production,
beast.
Daz. You did that. You
Daz a killer.
the energy on that song. Yeah, he didn't probably caused a whole lot of things to go down in the streets with that one, because that was one of them ones. What would you do?
Corruption.
How Corrupt kicked that off?
Have you ever heard of a slaughter?
I ought to start dipping.
Sipping on that ST gets me to tripping. I don't slips, I bangs with that mad ass dog pound gang. It's a DPG thing. Corrupt from the SC. You wanna test me? Let's see if you'll survive 45 times. It's like a hollow point headed for your dome. Take a couple steps, turn around, and it's on. Couldn't withstand the murderous mental. I subdue and then take 3 to your temple.
When I cause Holocaust from what's written,
Niggas collapsing when the straps is spitting.
Look, this is how it's done. Cuz.
1, 2, 3.
Step you just begun. Whatever.
Lord, the king. Yeah, hey, look.
Yeah. When
I always
tell
wanted
you,
to do that too. Like I always wanted to. When we was doing the slaughterhouse shit, I always wanted to sample that part. Have you ever heard of a slaughter? Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, that would that would have been
ridiculous.
Missed opportunity. But yo, that fucking that shit.
Missed opportunity, but yo.
Damn motherfucker. Listen, I need my people, man, because it's a lot of people who rock with us on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And they watching us right now. And I want y'all to understand something about this beat. Now, New York, y'all got, and Philly and all that, y'all got hardcore boom bap. Y'all got soulful boom bap. Y'all got jazzy boom bap. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a difference between Electric Relaxation by A Tribe Called Quest and Shook Ones by Mobb Deep.
Oh, man.
That's sonically, they're
leagues apart.
But they're both dope.
Exactly.
True.
Exactly.
It's the mood and the energy of the sonics.
Mm-hmm.
So when you
Great
hear,
point.
When you hear
Great
what
analogy.
would you do? What would you do is hardcore G-funk. You see what I'm saying? Hardcore gangster funk.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So that beat is just like a hardcore boom bap to us.
Mm-hmm.
We put that beat in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll put that beat up next to any beat in the hip hop world.
Yeah.
What would you do?
Yeah.
So
Beat and the lyrics.
we have layers.
Yeah.
Sonically.
Lyrics could get up in there too.
The lyrics for sure.
Yeah.
I'm saying like sonically,
The feel.
the feel, because
Yeah.
I know when I go to the East, some of my homies be like, man, I couldn't get with that one song, I like y'all like the funk, I like to sample, chop and sample jazz.
Eric Sermon loved the funk too, and
No,
he's
but this one
a
particular
traditional
guy.
East Coast pioneer.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
producer.
this one particular dude
Got you.
that I was talking to, and I talk hip hop a lot on social media, And, you know, just noticing that sometimes certain people wonder why we fuck with something so heavy over here.
Gotcha.
You know, they be like,
Gotcha.
well, why do y'all fuck with that beat so hard? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, because to us, that's the equivalent of a Shook Ones.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And it's perfectly executed. And Dash just he did something super incredible there.
He did. Dash was on the Maniac mission back then.
And then it's, you know, we got keyboards and shit in our beats, right? But and I think that's the reason why some lyricism in the hip hop conversation globally, some West Coast lyricism doesn't get the respect and the shine that it's supposed to get, because a lot of the hip hop so-called purists, the fans of strictly lyricism, they like to hear the lyricism in combination with the boom bap beat.
True.
So they will miss out on a lot of funk lyricists.
Yeah.
They will miss out on a lot of people who are spitting lyrics at a high level, but they're doing it over funk, over G-funk. They're doing it over different types of music. And it's time to bring lyricism to the forefront. And all lyricists, you know, are created equal if they top tier, no matter what sound they rapping on. Because Corrupt, like you said, he bodied that. And I could have put that on any sounding beat in the world, and it still would have been a body.
It would have still been a body. Yeah.
Period. You know
Body. Nasty work, son. Nasty.
Young Gotti with the body.
Young Gotti with the bodies.
Dope shit.
S with
Dope
the bodies. And okay, see, so now this is what I want to know, because this is one of my favorite songs on Murder Was a Case, is 21 Jump Street. You know what I'm saying? It's a gang of fly bitches. Dice in the back if you want to get
You
your bitches
always
no
said
stitches
that was your
allowed
line.
inside the car.
That had me dying.
that's
LBC, Brank.
yeah, you
Finna
know what I
have some
mean?
fun, represent
2-1 and bet nobody bring a motherfucking gun.
And,
What? Tell us the process of recording that one. Gotta know how that all just like happened.
Well, that was I don't really remember the time of the chronological order. Did I do that one or dropping bombs first? I don't remember really which one came out, but as far as working with Snoop, that was my first time. And I was scared to death.
Ooh, that's a hell of an experience.
I didn't know how big Dog was, because I had maxed out of prison in December of 1992. And I met Snoop sometime in 93, but I was still in the field. And I knew that homies was banging his music and all that, but I didn't know the mass appeal. And that didn't really scare me. What scared me was I was used to writing a song in like maybe a week, couple of weeks. You know what I mean? I sit up here and write, 6 bars, 8 bars, and I'll be like, okay, cool. Let me go back and revisit that the next time I feel like writing. And, and then I finish the song whenever it compelled me to. And they came and picked me up from my house, Northside Long Beach. We smashed the Dad's house off Santa Monica, get the reels. That's when they were still recording the reels.
Real to real.
We go get the reels. Superfly was with us, and we went to Larrabee's studio. And Dog say, play that beat you was put that beat on, Daz. And Daz put that Nobody Can See You by Slave. And I heard the way that motherfucker. I had never been in a major studio. Remember, we recorded Dropping Bombs where at Dave Swain. At Dave Swain. So Dave Swain had a nice setup, but it was in a garage.
He did in Orange
So
County,
you're not going to get studio sound in a garage.
Nah.
So when Daz put that beat on, and that boom, 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 Snoop's like, yeah, we finna do this song right now. I said, The whole song? He said,
how long? 6 to 8 weeks?
Not the whole song.
he said, yeah, the whole song.
I need your verse in 5 business days, nigga.
That's 5 business. That's hilarious, Kirk. That's 5 business days. Oh my God.
So then what?
He's like, shit, we're gonna talk about the hood, man. You know how I used to be in the hood. So, I'm like, I'm kind of asking what the subject was. And I heard how he kicked it off. So I just followed it up, and he taught me how to do ad-libs that night.
Damn, you did an excellent job.
And I got my name that night. Snoop Dogg is the first one to ever call me Tray Deee because he said, "What's your rap name gonna be?" I was from I was raw in the street, Crook.
Right.
Tracy D, Big Tracy Deee.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not rapping with no fucking Tracy D. So I'm like, how I'm gonna twist this up? And I remember my homeboy Boodog. Shout out to my homeboy Big Boodog. Every time I used to come in this spot, him and my homeboy Booby from Compton, I slide up in there and he be like, Tray Deee, what's up, cuz?
Right.
You know what I mean? He always broke my name down. So I was like, Tray Deee. Shit, I'm a Tray. They call me D for short, so that works. So that's what we ran with. That's when
crazy.
Tray Deee got introduced to the world.
Have you ever told that story?
Nah.
Wow.
Nah, not at all.
Damn.
Not at all. So that shit had so many specials and firsts for me. You know what I mean? And
That's crazy.
we wound up pulling it off, and then Ricky Harris came in there, rest in peace. He did the intro, and I'm like, I must have did a good job. Shit, because they played that motherfucker 6 or 7 times back to back, and I'm like, okay, and that was him.
Man.
There's no way that I would have thought, because that was your first time in like a big studio.
First time.
Recording and everything?
Yes.
Oh,
In a
man.
big studio. I would have listening to that record.
Never would have thought that.
You
ever.
sounded like a veteran of recording.
On the real.
Not
Dubs was so on time, you couldn't
all
even
the
tell it
dubs
was
on
dubs.
time. And let me
huh?
tell you, now you can move the dubs easy, like your overdubs and your background vocals.
Slide it to
you
the
can
left,
slide
you know
it
what
here,
I'm
slide
saying?
it there. This technology has, it's a lot of tricks, but
Wow.
back then you really had to get them
You had to
on
get them
point.
shit
Your
on
background vocals.
Shout out
they
to
could-
Snoop Dogg. He taught me that night, bro. I didn't know what an ad lib or overdub or nothing was. This hour of D-Yak and Crook was brought to you by Lil Belize Restaurant at 217 East Nutwood Street in Inglewood, California. Make sure y'all check it out for the best eats in town.
For a taste of Caribbean cuisine, visit Little Belize Restaurant located at 217 Nutwood Street in Inglewood, California. Enjoy appetizers, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Serve our delicious food at your next party or event. Our catering menu is perfect for weddings, picnic, holiday parties, or company banquets. Give us a call at 310-674-0696.
All I knew was
crazy.
writing
This is
dope verses.
crazy, dog.
This is crazy, man.
Man.
All right, so you talked about not knowing the magnitude of the situation. Tell me about that a little bit, because this is 95. Snoop and them had a couple wins before this.
Before
Right.
that, yeah.
So what was their energy like? Was they like on top of the world, or was they still, how was they?
Dog, at that time, he knew who he was and where he was, but he's a people-loving person. You know what I mean? He'll be, if he your friend, you love fucking with dog. You know what I mean?
Right.
On whatever the occasion is, whether you're making bread, whether you're celebrating a party, a birthday, you at a premiere, whatever you're doing, if you just sitting there playing cards, you love fucking with dog because he's a people person.
Yeah, for
Right.
real.
So it was like he brought me in, and then you know, it was like, you one of us now. It was like, you know, because when I did the demo of Take a Survey downtown for him and Corrupt and Daz and all them, you know, Corrupt like, shit, you on, we fucking with you. You know what I mean? And Dog like, we gonna do a song. And he wound up catching back up with me. So, dope. I mean, they just embraced me like, you know, I was the homeboy. So I just tried to find my place within everybody else, because I used to kind of rap similar to Corrupt slightly with vocabulary and style and all that, more like that. But it was like, nigga, you know you that nigga from the city, nigga, you know, let niggas know how you get down. You know what I'm saying? You know, fuck the fancy shit. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's what we doing right now. So I kind of like remolded myself as an artist to fit in the dog pound.
Damn, you
that
know
was a
what?
history
Everybody
class.
had they like key, like, because all y'all were different. Every last one. Nobody. It's amazing that you, like, this is my first time hearing it, and, you know, we're married. Okay, so look, if you didn't know, this was deep. I'm like, you see me, I'm like all into the conversation. It's like I'm not even talking. So, but, oh my goodness, I just lost train of thought. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, that right there is some real amazing thing. Like, it was almost, you were made to do it, and then everybody, like, sticks out, like, no matter what song it is, everybody stood out. Ever came, they stood out. Whether it was you, whether it was Rage, whether it was Badass, whether it was Corrupt,
RBX.
Daz, RBX. Everybody, nobody sounded.
Superfly.
Nobody sounded the same. So I would have never even thought that.
Even the little C style.
Yeah, I wouldn't even have thought that that's
he
what
had a dope,
you were.
unique voice.
That was your, like, that's what you did previously. Like, you know, that was your style, and you was like, you know what? I got to make my own. You know what I'm saying? I got to make my, because
all in
you
the
got your own
process of
signature
getting put
to me.
on.
Yeah. You got your
on the
own
job.
signature.
Right. Shout out to Rakim too, because he's a big influence in my approach to writing.
That's dope.
And you know what I estimate as being a dope MC or a dope artist. You know, so he was a big influence on my writing structure and approach. But you know, it was always me and how I got down and where I'm from. So I didn't bite. I just, you know, mildly appropriated some of his signature rhyme upon rhyme style into my own.
Well, I think that's what all rappers are made of. I think the ingredients to make up your recipe is going to be some inspiration from other artists in your recipe.
It should be.
What was yours?
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's a good one, Yak.
Yeah, I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know this, bro.
You know what?
We gonna call this show The Revelation.
The Book of Revelations. You know what I mean? Chapter 1, verse 2.
Not chapter 1.
You know what I mean? Just a combination of people. Like, I was just, man, we was poor. Okay, we was below the poverty line poor. Let me just tell you that. So hip hop to me was when we didn't have shit in the house, nothing to eat, fucking utilities or anything. Hip hop was my go-to to keep my mind sane. You feel me? So I used to listen to a lot of shit, but Rakim, absolutely. When he said, only time I stop is when somebody drop and then bring them to the front because my rhyme's the oxygen. Like, oh my God. When he did that, I was like, yo, you can do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then, you know, Cool G rapping.
Shout out to Cool G.
Most
definitely. You know what I'm saying? Road to
He manipulates syllables.
He does.
He manipulates and mauls syllables.
He like a Uzi with an extra clip.
You know how blessed I felt to do that song with him and King T?
Me too, bro.
Now, you know how wrong Battle Cat was playing that in acapella for us? We was like, when did this happen?
That's the funny part about our careers, D, because you was on that song for the King T album, and I was on a song with Dub C and Bo Rock for the King. Same album.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we was really...
They came and got that LBC flavor to add to it.
They did.
I respect it.
And it was monstrous. If you haven't heard it, you should really go check it out.
It was a time when we were unspoken on the hip-hop scene.
Yeah.
So, that was a tremendous experience for me, though, doing 21 Jump Street and working with, Ricky Harris and Dog and Daz and doing the song all in one night. Never anticipated doing it, learning ad-libs, all this, that, and the other. It was like, damn, I mean, it was a crash course onto the big stage.
And you aced it. And
you aced it.
Appreciate it. And you know what? And I know we're gonna spend a little time on this song because, we have one of the architects with us of this monumental classic song. What's your favorite line? Because I got mine. What's your favorite line you said on that song, if you have one?
21st Street, Birth Street, where it all started. And East Side Long Beach is the hardest.
Hey, But you know what? Okay, so that's of course you came in crazy on that. And then on reality, 21st is the worstest turf on this earth. That's when you took that sentiment to another level. But as far as for me, I was regulating when Krager's was the date.
You
that
had
right there,
that
dog.
was crazy.
Yeah.
See,
that was crazy.
Another thing we gotta break down for y'all because y'all might not understand why that's so crazy.
Right.
Can you tell these people why that's so crazy?
Well, back in the 70s, probably even the 60s, when low riding was just formulating really on the West Coast, heavy and all that. They used to cruise the bombs probably back in the 40s and 50s. I'm not sure about the Chicano culture when they started doing it, but when I became familiar, when homies was riding and stuff like that, they low riders were outfitted with 520 tires and Krager rims. And Krager's like 5-star rims with the blue, with the Krager in the middle with the blue around it. And then came the true spokes and the big hubs onto the Daytons. So I took them back to where it originated, where I came in on, doing my street thing at, and just made the comparison with rims and tires.
And it's ridiculous.
It was.
I really appreciate that coming from you, Crook.
Krager's was the
Dayton.
Yeah, and then I used the regulating because, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because my homie Warren G is the regulator.
Man, it was layers to the line.
Yeah,
it was.
But
it was layers
that's
to that.
that's just a great cut. And
it is.
How I experienced it, not being there and you created it. How me, just a listener, experienced it was, no matter where I went, if that song came on, I felt like I was in the city. You know what I'm saying?
That's deep. I like that.
I remember the first time too, because my uncle, rest in peace, he used to let me get his Acura Legend when them was popping.
Oh yeah, they was popping too.
I might have like a meeting I was trying to go to or something, and I ain't had, and want to pull up on 2 feet.
Right.
So, my uncle let me get the act, and I'm washing that motherfucker on Atlantic and PCH at that car wash. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And it's green with the peanut butter interior. And that motherfucking 21 Jump Street came on. That's the first time. Because I keep the radio blasting while I'm motherfucking, you know what I'm saying, washing the car.
Yeah.
That motherfucker said, do. I said, man.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm out there, cut off sweats from Delamo, you know. And I'm like, nigga, this is the hardest shit.
On the
and,
real.
and I love when a song makes you talk and tell somebody else about it. It takes some.
Yeah.
It takes a real ass joint to make you, when you pull up on somebody like, yo, you heard that new?
Yeah. Man,
this was one of them.
That's one of them.
Definitely one of them.
That's heavy. That's the best thing an artist could probably wish to. That somebody, hey, you heard that?
Yeah, that was our
You know,
viral.
that's-
That
yeah.
was the viral back then. That was the
Word of
viral,
mouth.
Word of
mouth.
mouth. You know
That's
what I mean? Like, that was crazy.
I'm glad y'all
Now
did it, man.
Oh, man. That's one of my favorite songs.
One more day, yeah. That
Okay, now,
to
one
follow
more
it
day.
up for Nate Dogg to follow it up too. When
Rest
I
in
heard the
peace.
finished product,
Rest in peace, Nate Dogg. Miss you, big bro.
Love you,
man.
Nate.
Love you, man.
love you.
Nat-
Nate.
or like your
You
daddy
know.
call you, Nathaniel.
Nathaniel. What's going on, Nathaniel?
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah.
You know, Nate is, man.
Nate,
That-
great,
do you know how-
great, bro.
The story he told with One More Day, though, I mean, I identified with every line he told to, like, you know, loaded up this 32 and walked right in the store and said, "Dear God, forgive me, please, but I can't be broke no more." I mean, come on, man. That's a jacker's whole mentality. Like, you going to get it, and whatever happened, you feel me? That's just what's going to happen, but you don't want it to happen, but you know it can happen.
Nate was raw.
And, yeah, I mean, it was so raw what he was saying and the mindset that he had and the bridge. And Nate was dope. That's why he was the hook king for a long time.
Question, though. I mean, because he would be considered what, hip hop and R&B?
Yeah, just kind of like he occupied that space.
He do. He really do. That's why I
that
asked.
Mary J. Blige occupied, because they say she like the queen of hip hop at one time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And she sings.
Yes,
That's
she
how
does.
Nate is
Oh, yeah.
culture.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Hip-hop
Mary's up
culture.
here. Mary's up here.
So
You
he
know?
could be the king of hip hop. He could be considered as the king of hip hop.
Who?
Nate Dogg.
Dogg, the king of hip hop.
If they
hip-hop
consider
hooks.
Mary J. Blige the
King of hip hop.
Yes.
king of hip hop hooks,
Yes.
I'm fucking with that.
Definitely.
I'm fucking with that.
Come on.
King of hip hop
Come on.
hooks.
What has Nate touched that ain't been top tier?
Yeah.
I miss Nate on records today. Like,
I
you
really
know how
do.
crazy it is
I
to
do.
have a Nate Dogg have access to a Nate Dogg. Like, every song that the man get on is going to resonate.
That's
Yeah.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a crazy advantage that y'all had. I did songs with Nate Dogg too. I was blessed. You know what I'm saying? To be able to have access to somebody who gonna take it to that level every single time. Like,
Every
yo,
time.
if we just need something for the radio,
Every time.
we could get Nate. Wait, you need something for the club? Go get Nate. Oh, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, dead ass, yeah.
Yeah.
Dead ass.
Yeah.
Nate Dogg was,
yeah.
and he was great to work with too.
Yeah.
Nate is hilarious.
Yeah.
The
And,
stories,
and he
man,
gonna
with
come
the
in and do his
memories.
thing, and he gonna
He
hang
sure
out
is.
for about maybe 21, 30 minutes,
Right.
and he gone. He back off and
That's
doing
real.
Nate wherever
I remember
he
when
at.
he was auditioning, like it was like audition time for like Doggy's Angels, and he didn't really know who was the girls. He's like, okay, dog. So who's the Doggy's Angels bitches? Is it here?
Nate was too raw.
Super raw, super raw.
I mean, he didn't know us or
Yeah,
nothing like that.
yeah,
That
yeah,
just was
yeah.
his lingo. I didn't take it personal, but
That was the audition
died.
night?
It was audition night because
Yeah,
he knew
yeah.
about it. He just
I
kind of like
remember.
popped in, like, okay, so who was the Doggy's name? This bitch, did you pick the group yet? It was funny.
I
was
remember
like,
he did come in there too.
Yeah,
I
he
do
did.
remember.
Oh, I need a napkin. That was hilarious. I'm so sorry.
I do remember.
He had me dying. Nate, miss you, man. Miss his energy. But nah, Nate killed with One More Day. And that's why that was a good question because he is
That was
in
a
the
great-
hip-hop conversation.
That was a great
Nate.
story he
He's in
told
the-
too.
He's in that hip
That
hop.
One More Day.
Oh, yeah.
What? That storytelling.
Yeah, it was
that
great.
He came in like a East Side Sam Cooke on there, man. Like,
He
Yeah.
he didn't play
did.
no games with that. And that's the thing about great songwriting, man. Like, when you are able to transfer them feelings into lyrics, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everything that you feeling when you finna go up in this store and go get something because you can't take it no more.
Right.
Man, and make melodies that ride over the beat. It's just ridiculous, man. And you know, I love Nate, man. I miss Nate. One thing about Nate too, man, that I will add, my little Nate Dogg thing is, when I was on Death Row Records and things were divided, I went up to the bowling alley in Long Beach, and Nate was there. And Nate was like, "Come have a drink with me." And we started drinking some Hennessy.
That was his drink.
And he was like, "I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. This Long Beach. If you don't pull up on the studio with me, I'm going to think you bullshitting, crook." That's what he told me. And it was like, I needed to hear something like that at that time, because at one point Long Beach was deep at Death Row, and then at another point I was the only one there. So
Got you.
Yeah.
I feel
so
you
it
on
felt
that
really
one.
it felt really good.
Yeah,
It felt good
that's
to see Nate, you know what I'm saying, after a couple years, because I hadn't even seen him in a couple years.
Yeah.
And he was the same Nate.
Nah. See,
Right.
and that's another thing I loved about Nate. He didn't switch up on you.
Not at all.
He would, if he roll with you, he roll with you. If he don't know you though, you ain't getting no look. If he don't know you though, you ain't getting no action or access to Nate at all.
Let me add my personal take on that as well. Nate Dogg was a loyalist. Now, I messed with Nate Dogg in a whole lot of different forums and situations. I done flew out to Clarksdale, Mississippi, and, you know, with his family, you know, met his dad, and, you know, know his brothers, sisters, all that. Been out there a couple of times with him. Nate was a thug. So when me and Snoop had our discrepancy dealing with the album situation and the you know, what we was awarded as points that were unfair and things like that, and it got to a point where it was dangerous, Nate kind of quit fucking with me. And I love him for that, and I respect him for that, because who is 213?
Nate Warren and Snoop.
Nate Warren and Snoop.
They childhood friends,
They
bro.
sure are.
Right.
They sure
Shouldn't
are.
nobody be able to come after that
Right.
and get in between that?
Yeah.
So I respect it as loyalty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, you know, we got back in, you know, fucking with each other terms and all that, but when it was at its height, you know, he didn't really fuck with me. Not that I was even trying to fuck with him, but it was certain times where we would intersect, and, you know, it wouldn't be like it was.
Right.
And I understood that. And, you know, being from the hood, you know, I know how that going, how deep their friendship was. I knew that, so I respected that. You know what I'm saying? I love Nate Dogg. You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's my
definitely.
guy forever.
Definitely.
You know
Last
what I'm
time
saying?
seeing him, he gave his number. Man, call me if y'all need anything. You know what it is. I was like, bro, love you to death.
And you
for
can
that.
pull up right up
You know?
to his
And
crib.
He,
if you
yeah,
wanted,
man. I remember one time he
yeah.
tried to write some stuff. He said, okay, look, I'm going to write your part. You going to say this. And we like, Nate is trying to write everybody verse. You know we write our own stuff. Love you, bro. But you know we write our own stuff. And he came in there and was like,
Nate the orchestrator.
he was Quincy Jones, and you know, it was going down.
We're gonna have to have a conversation about the Doggy's Angel soon.
Yeah, we will. We
It's
will.
a lot. It's a lot to unpack.
It is a lot. Oh man, we got albums to discuss. Right
We will.
here.
We will.
Yeah.
What?
What? Nigga, who got some gangster shit? Swoop G, I hear somebody speaking of amigas when I drop mines. I always got my nickels and dimes,
And
boulders,
boulders,
and quarter pieces.
but I do smoke skunk. It's either end of I might as well get drunk or smoke some sis. I should have put a hoe.
Little Style kicked that off.
Enough that $20 show got me fucked up. My hood is getting hot. You niggas this time I fly.
Hey, listen.
Come up off a young nigga calling the shot.
He was rapping like he was official.
Always have my gun in my G's from 2-1. Cerritos, but you don't hear me though, cause you don't really know about it. You know, it's Cerritos, silly hoe. G, motherfucking LBC. Man, these niggas wanna fuck with me.
Now,
let me tell you about that close.
At the end of the song.
For your first introduction on the big stage, for that to be your verse,
man, look at here.
You can't do nothing but salute it, man. You can't do
nothing but
look
salute
at here. I ain't even gonna lie. I remember playing that song, and our daughter was in the car, and she said, "Who is that?" She was talking about Lil Style. I like his voice. I said, this girl is
in the morning,
she was,
at
he got that country. He got that country Long Beach. To his voice, because you know a lot of us kind of like got a country. Yeah. I don't know where it come from. Probably all our people came from the south
country,
or something. But
we all got southern roots.
9 in the morning, fizz
we
at
all
my
got
door.
southern roots, baby.
Yeah.
We really do. Nah, he did. She just loved his
Blue
voice.
Cortez streak across the hardwood floor.
Dipping through the alley, made my escape.
There go Ice-T again.
Didn't even get a chance to grab my Snoop Dogg tape.
The Godfather.
Mad with no music.
Happy cause free. Belling fast as I can bail
down 19th Street. I got my...
Hey, listen. You right. That's Ice-T again.
See,
the homage.
The homage gets paid.
Yeah.
The homage gets paid.
And that fits so perfectly on that song. That verse fits so perfectly on that song.
When you listeners who got some gangster shit.
Oh, man.
Peep the homage he's paying to Ice-T's classic 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Because he starts his verse off 9 in the morning. Ice starts his off 6 in the morning. Police at my door. You know what I'm saying? So it's just beautiful because at this time, Lil C Style, shout out to Lil Style.
Walk that off. It's gonna get better.
Free Lil Style. Hey, at this time, he a youngin' in the game.
Mm-hmm. He was,
and we come from a tradition of paying homage.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a hard decision.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So I just think that spirit needs to return.
Yeah,
and I believe a lot of young artists would benefit from fucking with their elders. And
in the game.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And fucking with they OG.
That guidance. You know what I mean? It's almost like a blueprint to what you're trying to do. Like, I mean, a veteran really has the blueprint for you. If you really just have that conversation with them, it's really like a blueprint. You could kind of take that and make it your own, because everybody has like different paths and walk of life type thing going on. But at the end of the day, it's definitely a blueprint, and you can definitely learn. I think it's guidance. I memean, like from Snoop, I really learned how to like put an album together and kind of make songs as opposed to just rapping. Because when we got to him, we were just like, I'm the hardest. I'm just trying to be lyrical, and then I'm just trying to be the hardest motherfucker I like. You know what I'm saying?
Go check out that Duffel Bag Music.
Yeah,
ConiYac.
Check that out.
Hosted by Snoop Dogg. While you giving him his props? New album by ConiYac.
Yeah, let's do a little, you know what I'm saying, plug for that right now.
yeah.
Because we control this.
That's
shit.
Top to bottom.
We control this.
It's
shit.
Top to bottom. I wouldn't even mention it if it wasn't that. Duffel Bag Music.
Duffel Bag Music.
Hosted by Snoop Dogg.
Available where?
On all digital platforms.
Available on all streaming platforms. Y'all heard that. Duffel Bag Music, hosted by Snoop Dogg, available on all streaming platforms. From who?
ConiYac, baby.
Hey.
And scoop that malice up on your way when you go grab that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, that motherfucking song, man,
It was a pop, and
Yeah,
for the
that
record, let me add this. I was supposed to be on that song.
Oh,
That
they
was
was trying to like extra murderous, like
That
with
was-
extra bodies.
And then, bro, when I
Dang,
heard,
you was gonna be on there?
Yeah,
That
I
was.
was.
Like, ooh.
When I heard Style kick a second verse on there, and then I heard Daz, and then I'm like, is we gonna make this motherfucker 10 minutes?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
felt
like,
done to you?
yeah. After Swoop G did that,
Yeah.
it was
It was
done.
done.
It was done.
It was done.
Yeah.
I don't know what I could have added to make it more than
right,
that.
I got you.
Yeah, that
so
close
I
off
was
was
like,
pretty
you
good.
know, I gracefully, appreciate
I've done
that.
that.
But
I've done that many a
yeah,
time.
I appreciate
Like, yo, this
that,
song
man.
is
Y'all
done.
go, yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
it. Wrap
don't
that
need no
one up.
more. Yeah.
That's the shit. And speaking of that, this next cut, the next cut that was on there, it was told that I was part of the Dog Pound and I was looking for some music to create an album, like right during this time. And Sam Sneed sent me 2 or 3 tracks. Because either he sent me 2 and Battle Cat sent me 3, or the other way around. But one of them was, once again, it's the man with the master plan. They call him Sam, and I think you better recognize. I had that instrumental
Wow.
before
that's
he
heavy.
did anything to it. And I told y'all
And
how
Dr.
green.
Draco produced that.
And I told y'all how green I was in the game then. So I missed an opportunity to actually, flex on that song. But I don't think I would have did it. I don't think I would have did it the justice that it deserved, because that track was ridiculous. And Sam
That shit would have been. You would have did it.
You would have killed
would've
that.
gassed
You would
it.
have gassed that one.
You would have gassed that motherfucker.
Yeah,
I gotta agree with that one.
I'm glad
I would have
it's
put forth
old.
my best effort.
On the real,
I'm
right?
glad it's old now, because
Yeah.
I'm special at bringing old tracks back.
I would have put
You
forth my best
feeling?
effort, but Sam Sneed did that. Him and Dre did that. That was a rider. That was a good song on the track. It kept the momentum going. The soundtrack itself, bananas. It's bananas, because we got another song on there that might be considered as one of the top 10 disses of all times. And just being what it is,
Wow.
just being what it is, they was at the height of their beef in MC8 and DJ Quick, and DJ Quick felt the need one night to just let everything hang out. And let me tell you, at one point, I wouldn't even be speaking on this song because of one of the phrases that he used in there when he was talking about them 2 things pointed at the MCA's chest. I said, this guy's just going all out with the totality of disrespect.
Yes.
That's what battle rap's all about,
And yeah,
Hitting
it
below
was
the belt, baby.
It was
Hitting below
yeah.
the belt.
It was one of them joints, man. It was one of them joints
It
that
was.
even Crips played. That's how you knew how hard the song was, because you would hear Crips playing that song, and the winner declared. I mean, that's my opinion or whatever. So I'm not gonna get all off into that, but Dollars and Cents. Was
DJ Quick
a
showed up on that.
joint.
You can't even deny.
That was a heavy joint.
Yeah,
I
the
definitely think that could.
production-
Yeah,
the production and lyricism.
it was. It was hot.
He showed up. He
It was
showed
hot.
up for real.
That
like,
beef is ridiculous.
yeah.
It is.
And
Yeah.
it's
You can't overlook it. You
1995.
talking about the Murder Was the Case soundtrack. You cannot overlook
Yo,
it.
Nah, you
listen,
can't.
dog.
You can't.
Okay,
You can't.
hey, listen, man.
You got to give Quick
You
his
can
props.
go all the way back to when, you know what I'm saying? You can go back to when they did the show, bro, and Quick came out of the,
I was there, New York,
Feel
at
me?
Madison
Okay,
Square
so
Garden.
with
Yeah.
with the joint.
Yes,
So, and
yes.
Look, man, shout out MC8. I always fuck with.
Shout out to A-Ball. A-Ball
Shout
know
out
how
to
we
A.
do it.
God.
This hip hop.
You know what I'm saying? This hip hop.
Yeah.
That song, man. That shit was like kind of how I fuck with Kendrick's song "Not Like Us"
Yeah.
because it's a bop at the same time.
It's a
Yeah.
bop.
Dollars and Cents was a 1995 bop.
Bop. It sure
dumb
was.
bop.
It was a bop.
Dumb
Still
bop.
one. You know?
It
Yeah.
is.
Drop
It
that
is.
beat at a
It
house
is.
party.
Top
Drop-
5 for sure.
Drop
Top
that
5
beat
for
at
sure.
the house party. bro.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was crazy.
Yeah.
I used to hear that shit. Niggas in the city was bumping the fuck out that motherfucker.
Yeah, it was
And honestly speaking, though, Quick don't get his props.
He
Enough. He don't. I'm gonna be honest with
you.
you. He don't get his props on production, lyricism, just swag, cadence. Like
from those who know though,
really,
Quick,
like,
you already see. You see what it is, Mr.
Nah,
Blake.
seriously,
We
though,
know.
like,
We know.
Just
Well,
keeping it
we know
raw
where
and
you at.
real. Like, dude is underrated in my opinion.
Stupid
DJ
underrated.
Quick is underrated.
Yeah, Let's Get Down by Tony.
Yeah, like,
if you don't
come
knock it
on,
off,
like he's
the whole Sugar Free album,
like you
Street
gotta
Gospel,
really. I know there's certain things that because things happen, and
I think that's why we're here.
yeah.
one of the reasons, definitely.
Yeah,
That's one of
things
the
happen, and I know that there's certain things that went on and stuff like that in the city, But at the end of the day, just talent wise, musically, you gotta give. Quick
You gotta
his props.
salute him. You gotta salute him.
He's underrated.
One of the reasons why I think a lot of our West Coast producers and MCs are underrated is because we don't have a loud enough voice doing the rating.
That's a big part of it.
True.
You know what
That's
I'm
a big
saying?
part of
Yeah,
it.
no debate there.
Because we definitely would have to, acknowledge a lot of the gravity of a lot of these songs that we reviewing. Like
Sure.
and this next song, gotta say rest in peace, CPO Boss Hog and Young Slip Capone with Corrupt the Kingpin on the hook.
Now this is how it's done.
Like 1, 2, 3, motherfuckers get served, trying to step to a G. I only got love for me and my dogs. Slip Capone and that motherfucking nigga Boss Hog.
Hey,
Boss,
The
Hog.
eulogy.
Boss Hog.
The eulogy.
the vocal tone on Boss Hog.
Yo, all y'all got some dope ass rap voices, man. I'm looking at this shit that we motherfucking talking about right now.
Like,
Hold up, man. Hold on, dog. See, that's the reason why I had to come extra hard on the mic with the lyrics because
On
I
the
ain't have
real.
that kind of voice these niggas got, man. You just the Lil C style voice, Tray Deee voice, Boss Hog voice. Know what I'm saying? Niggas got some voices, dog.
They do.
But that's dope though, cause it's like just like you was just saying, everybody stood out. Not only having their own style, but having their own vocal tone.
Yeah.
That was a perfectly put together project on every fucking level.
It was.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
got to shine. I like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
that
it's
and that
totally-
story they told about the betrayal and the deception and the jacking and all that. It's
He
just
said, "What's up, nigga? With this shortness in my green." He looked at me in my face and said,
Fuck
"Fuck
you
you think it
think
mean?"
it mean.
And right before my face, the
partnership
partnership
dissolved.
dissolved. It seemed like he was a hoe. Showing
Showed him
no love at all.
all.
He reached for his Glock, but I was quicker. Blah. Used to be my homie, but you was a
Dead
dear
motherfucker
motherfucker
now.
now. Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
And I got to do a song with him after that on Big Bang Theory.
Nah, that's
Wow.
On the East Side of his album.
Oh,
yeah.
and that's-
got to
that's
sit
one of
there
my
in the
favorites.
studio and create it with him.
Yeah,
now that's dope.
hard.
I was like, man, I'm moving up the ladder. You know what I mean?
But you got to think about it because for those who don't know about CPO, Boss Hog, you know what I mean? You got to go, he goes back into the history, the fabric of the history of West Coast hip hop.
Right.
When he was doing his CPO thing and MC Ren was executive producing his projects. And he had that song, The Ballad of a Menace.
The Ballad of a Menace.
That song right there, oh my God, that woke my game up.
Yeah.
I said, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This nigga's rapping like that? So, yo, look, CPO, recipe, Boss Hog, he has a deep history with Above the Law, with MC Ren, and to come up on, you might have heard him on All Eyes on Me with Pac, you know what I'm saying? But the man has an extensive legacy of West Coast greatness in his catalog, and, that's why D said, you know, I got to sit in there and create with him because he was a force to be reckoned with.
Oh man,
He
was he?
was.
And I came after him.
The pressure.
What?
The
What?
pressure.
Hey, we was known for being under pressure back then because
man.
you walk in the studio and it's it's every lyricist from
For
the West
themselves.
Coast in there, and it's like you trying to get a spot on the
You
song, and
are.
it's 15 MCs. In
one room,
in the
trying to get
studio,
on one beat.
and you trying to get you a 12 or a 16. You better
And mind you, everybody's not gonna make the cut because
No.
it will get erased in your face.
everybody ain't even finna get action at the cut.
Not at all.
You know what I
Not
mean?
at all. Not if the first three go hard.
And we can't sleep
You know,
on
look,
we
look,
can't
first
we
they
can't
go hard,
sleep
you know,
on Slip
I'm out,
Capone.
bro.
We
Your
can't sleep on
business
Slip
out.
Capone voice either. Slip Capone had a oh man, he had that young delinquent. I'm with
Sinister,
everything.
like,
I'm with everything voice.
He killed
You just
it.
hit that on the nail. Yeah, that young delinquent. I'm with everything.
He killed Seawalking. You want to be honest?
Yo, listen. I was just finna
He
bring that
killed
up.
Seawalking.
I
did.
was just boom, 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 boom.
You know
All right,
what?
We gonna talk about that one.
Seawalk,
day.
homie.
We will.
Seawalk
We
is one
will.
of my favorite beats, West Coast beats.
Shout out to
Seawalk,
Corrupt
homie.
and Slip Capone. Rest in peace, Slip
Slip
Capone.
was a lyricist.
Rest in
Yeah.
peace, Slip Capone.
Yeah.
Nah, Slip was a lyricist.
He was.
He ate on that song.
He was. He
He
did.
ate on that song. Them
He
two
did.
ate. That was a cold duo right there.
Yeah.
I did
you-
some joints with Slip Capone. You know what I mean?
right.
Rest in peace. That dude was a lyricist.
He was.
Yeah.
He was.
They was a cold duo. It was
Lived and
almost like
breathed hip hop.
it was almost like
Lived
Freddie
and breathed
versus
it.
Jason, West Coast version.
For real.
We gonna get into that too.
Now we gotta salute who sent Murder Was the Case soundtrack out with a bang. Gotta salute the B-Dogs on East Side, West Side.
East side, nigga. West side, nigga.
They
East
closed
side,
it
nigga.
off with
West side,
such
nigga.
a bang.
Hey, West side, nigga.
Off that Cinderfella Dana Dane beat.
I loved it. Big Y, rest in peace, Big
Rest in
Y.
peace, Big Y. No
Big
doubt.
Y.
No
Yeah,
doubt.
rest
Young
in peace, Big
Soldiers.
Y.
Original
Salute him.
Young Soldier.
It just sounded like they had fun making that one.
They did. It was
That's
about
what
like
it sound
9
like.
niggas on that
That's
song,
the,
huh?
That's the hood
And they was
barbecue joint
banging.
right there. That's
Yeah.
the hood barbecue joint. We going up.
Yeah, they did.
We
they
going
thing.
up. They did their
What's
thing
up,
on
Trick?
that one.
What's up, Trick? What's up? What? Yeah, they banged that. Yeah, played it all the way through.
They
Let
did.
you know we
Nah.
wasn't skipping nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for
and
real.
shout out to all the R&B contributors on there. You know they
Jewel,
had.
rest in peace, Jewel.
Yeah, yeah.
Jewel was a big contribution to this project.
She what? Jodeci.
Jodeci, definitely Danny Boy.
Yeah, he
you know
was
what I'm
on there.
saying?
He got
Big
on there.
contributions, and they had a lot of their joints were produced by Dr. Dre, DJ Quick, because DJ Quick produced the "Come When I Call,"
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
by Danny Boy. So
Right.
And Danny Boy is back on Death Row. I
yeah.
hear.
Is he?
Yeah,
Wow.
Danny Boy got some now. You know, see,
Well, boy
talent,
can sing.
talent just do what it do. Danny Boy can blow.
The boy can sing.
Yeah,
he
he
can-
back, he
look,
back.
the boy can sing.
Yeah,
He-
he
you
back,
know he can
you know?
sing.
That's
But really appreciated breaking this down, man. Brought back some good memories
It
and a
did,
good time,
it
man.
did,
On
it
the real, that
did.
was Crook. We was fresh in the game, boy.
was
We
fresh in the game.
we was just getting our baby shoes bronzed.
That's for real.
Yeah,
I was at home dreaming. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna be down with the pound. You know what I mean?
It's 24. D, it's 24 right now.
right.
So 25, 95, 25.
Yeah,
That anniversary coming around the corner.
3 decades.
You feel me?
You know
we
what I
gonna have
mean?
something.
Trey decades.
Hopefully y'all can come and join us. We're gonna have something for the celebration.
Might be my new alias, Trey Decades.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
the aliens coming,
cause
y'all.
some don't last past 2 or 3 or 4. Even good careers fizzle out at 5, 10. I mean, to still be able to get on the mic and do my thing and make songs that
It's a
people feel
blessing.
and enjoy, and
It's
they
a
still
blessing.
playing them old joints and
Yeah.
all that, man. I was honored to be a part of the Murder Was the Case soundtrack, you know, as that being my introduction, you know, one of my introductions besides the show soundtrack onto the big stage, like I call it, and you know, I just love and appreciate everybody that supported me then when I wasn't sure. You know, even if I was dope enough to, you know, be standing next to Snoop and Nate and, you know, Warren G and Corrupt and all them. So, you know, I appreciate that encouragement everybody gave me, the motivation to stick to it and get even harder. So to be here at this time, at this, you know, in this place, sitting here with y'all, I feel honored.
With the hardest, regardless.
Oh,
Be the hardest regardless.
oh,
Yeah, them signatures, man. It's an
Murder
honor to
with the
be
case.
in amongst the MCs. You guys are both inspiration to me.
dope.
Had a lot in molding what I do. You know what I mean? So that's a beautiful
you
thing.
know, I just get out here and say this: with the murder was the case, dog. That verse you laid, you made history, bro. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? Both all the coming in, you know, I gotta sit down, then I sit you game from the start and came from, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yo, all
waiting,
we talking about 2-syllable rhymes into 3-syllable rhyme schemes, like breaking it down from a technical standpoint. You definitely deserved that spot, and
Heavy.
they was really fucking smart to really allow that to happen.
Real
You
talk.
feel me?
Real
That was a very smart move on their part. Because sometimes we think that it's only them offering us something, but we always bringing something to the table. You feel me?
Correct.
And what you
Correct.
brought
Love
to
the
the
way you
table
put
on that is so crazy that it inspired me. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, if they fucking with niggas who's rapping like that, maybe they'll fuck with me.
Factory.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So
Oh yeah. Inspiration
that
for
shit
real.
is real, man. So, you know, our hats off and salute to you for that contribution, man. And it's always dope to talk about a project that somebody was actually there.
I know.
Some of this shit.
I know.
That
That's
was
so
the beautiful
dope.
thing.
Heck
and I ain't got
yeah.
nothing else to say. I'm about to go outside, smoke on a little bit of a cigar and shit. You feel me? So
Mine gonna have something else in it besides that Cuban. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have that with that Peruvian, not the flakes though, the bomb.
the bomb.
The bomb.
Hit subscribe. I'm gonna take a page out of D. Make sure y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying?
Do that. Fuck with us, man.
Leave a comment.
Yeah,
Appreciate y'all.
for sure. This album was brought to you by Mercedes of Long Beach, 2300 Spring Street in Signal Hill, California. Much love for the support. When you want to ride, fly, check out Mercedes-Benz of Long Beach.